Europe, although smaller than most of the other continents of our planet, welcomes more than half of all the world's travelers and adventurers on a quest to discover new, magnificent, man-made and natural sights. Be it well-known or off the beaten track, Europe's wonders never end. With a rich and well-preserved history, stunning geography, and upscale services, Europe makes it all easy. Here is a look at the best places to visit in Europe in 2025. Number 25. Tuscany. The enchanting region of Tuscany is Italy's most world-renowned rural area. Tuscany's charming villages are the ideal place from where to explore Italy's larger cities in a tranquil and relaxed way. Settle down and set up your excursion itineraries. Rome, Italy's capital city, and one of the world's most beautiful, requires a bit of time to know it in depth. The city center, though, is walkable, and seeing the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, the Castel Sant'Angelo, the Pantheon, the St. Peter's Basilica, the Fontana di Trevi, and the Piazza Navona, for example, can be easily done. Florence, Tuscany's capital, can also be seen in a day or two prior to delving deeper. The cathedral, Ponte Vecchio, and Piazzale Michelangelo are a good place to start. Other historic cities to keep under the radar while lounging in Tuscany are Siena, Pisa, San Gimignano, and Bologna, for example. Tuscany, though, is the ideal place to unwind in between and forget about the world while enjoying Italy's best dishes and wines. Number 24. Denmark. Perched atop of Germany on the Jutland Peninsula and a bridge away from Sweden, the country of Denmark is home to some of the happiest and most punctual people on earth. Denmark is ruled by the oldest ongoing monarchy and has the oldest flag in Europe. Its charming capital of Copenhagen sits on two islands crossed by canals. Among its main attractions are a colorful port area, a whimsical amusement park, museums and royal abodes, and many other buildings and monuments with eclectic design and architecture. Beyond Copenhagen, Denmark, a windswept land surrounded by the North Sea, boasts fascinating maritime landscapes. The white cliffs of Mon, the Danish deserts encounter with the waves, or the colliding seas at Grennen, where the powerful Skagerrak and Kattegat seas meet. On the other hand, trolls and deer forests, stunning lakes and rolling hills welcome you off the beaten path farther inland. Home of Hans Christian Andersen, Denmark is truly a fairy tale country. Number 23. Lake Como. The glaciers of the Alps, Europe's tallest mountains, gave birth about 10,000 years ago to Lake Como and to the promontory that harbors the town of Bellagio, Como's most elegant and charming resort. To get there, you need to head to the spectacular city of Milan. After explore all its sights, Lake Como awaits with serenity and luxury, an ideal sanctuary for those who want to avoid for a week or two the hustle of crowds without letting go of any comforts. The Alpine Lake is one of the deepest in Europe, and its history as an attractive retreat for the wealthy dates back to Roman times, welcoming ever since illustrious visitors and royals. Beautiful villas and gardens and charming restaurants cater to visitors, while the lake is an ideal place for windsurfing and cruising. In the surrounding Alpine region there are many other marvelous travel experiences to try, such as a Bernina Express ride to see the Snowdin mountaintops or a hike through the Belano Gorge. Number 22. Hungary. Landlocked in between Central and Eastern Europe, Hungary is quite different from its neighbors, geographically, historically, linguistically, traditionally. Budapest, resting on the shores of the Danube, a city that easily ranks among the most stunning in the world, is its capital, divided by the mighty river into Buda and Pest. These two upper and lower sides are collectively listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and compete in splendor and greatness. From medieval to Art Nouveau, all styles are represented, including white castles perched on hills, majestic palaces, cathedrals, and extravagantly lavish coffee houses, with the Parliament building being the most lavish one of all. Hungary's waterways and bodies of water rank among the most impressive in Europe and even in the world, with the Danube being the largest river in the European Union, Lake Balaton the largest on the continent, Lake Fato Europe's largest saltwater lake, and Heves the largest thermal lake in the world. The Hungarian Tokai wine region is also UNESCO listed, as are many of its rural historic sites from ancient to medieval. Number 21. Prague. Nicknamed the City of 100 Spires and frequently compared to Paris for its melancholic and romantic allure, Prague, the capital of Czechia, was awarded the distinction of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The easily recognizable Old Town Gothic church and city hall, the enormous 9th century Prague castle reigning supreme over the city, and the end of the medieval era Charles Bridge are just a few of the highlights in this stunning city. Prague's medieval historic monuments have survived the ravages of time better than others in Europe, still conserving their true original form. To these, an impressive array of newer styles were added, from Renaissance and Baroque to Rococo and Art Nouveau, transforming Prague into one of the world's most pristine and diverse collection of architecture. Within Europe, Prague remains an affordable tourist destination with a solid public transport network and delightful gastronomy, while its countless museums, palaces, churches, performance venues, and works of art further enhance the experience. Number 20. Norway. On the Scandinavian peninsula, Norway, with its dependencies located far across the Norwegian Sea, reaches deep into the Arctic region. Historically, their famous seafaring Vikings have sailed to the ice-cold waters of the north to explore and conquer. The riches of Norway are hard to even grasp, from the abundance of sea products to its stunning sights. From the art of Edvard Munch to the iconic dragon-style wooden buildings, from the charming farmers' costumes to ski-jumping bravados, Norway preserves a romantic sense of national identity worth exploring. From May to August, during the warmer month, Norway's biggest attraction is its fjord-indented coastline of the Arctic Circle, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with unspoiled mountain sides, waterfalls, and unrivaled vistas. Be it skiing or practicing other winter sports, spotting polar bears in Svalbard, or watching the northern lights at Tromsø, hiking, trekking, or daring to walk on the Pulpit Rock or the Trolltone Rock, Norway is truly magical. Number 19. Naples. Napoli in Italian, the third largest city in the country. Naples is the main hub from where you can explore one of the most interesting enclaves of ancient and medieval history, the city itself being among the oldest continuously inhabited urban areas on the planet. Naples is located at the foot of the Vesuvius volcano and is a gate to other charming cities and towns, from Sorrento to Positano, Capri, Amalfi and Salerno. Like all Italian major cities, Naples is a cradle of the arts and culture with too many masterpieces to count. Walkable and budget-friendly, Naples caters to both the curious and the leisure traveler, with an abundance of cultural sites, entertainment options and culinary delights to choose from. After exploring museums, catacombs, palaces, castles, and fortresses, you might want to continue south to Pompeii, a UNESCO archaeological site preserved under the ashes of a volcano eruption. Farther south, the Amalfi Coast and the island of Capri, also collectively a UNESCO site, are ranked as some of the most beautiful places in Italy, a distinction that carries a lot of weight in a land that is among the most beautiful in the world. Number 18. The Netherlands. With its over 1,000 windmills as its main symbol, the Netherlands are a must-see country for anyone searching for a special European experience. The most densely populated country in Europe, with the tallest people in the world, and with more bicycles than inhabitants, the Netherlands stand out in very many ways. Orange is the nation's favorite color, and tulips are its favorite flowers. What gives it its name, though, is its altitude, the Netherlands being the lowest lying country on the continent. Even its main airport and 60% of its population are located 5 meters below sea level. Where the country scores the highest is in health, happiness, beer, cheese, the arts, and social liberties. Amsterdam, the capital, with its gorgeous canals, the Van Gogh Museum and the Rijksmuseum, is one of the most visited spots, followed by many other handsome cities such as Rotterdam, Maastricht or The Hague, reachable via easy and affordable train trips. Dune-hemmed beaches, polder lowlands, pastoral rural landscapes and fishing villages will accompany you on your journey, while colorful tulip fields will take your breath away. Number 17. London. Visiting London has become a must in today's day and age. Rarely has one sole city amassed such an impressive number of worthy sites, arts and history museums, legendary department stores, and many monuments tied to major historic events. From the Westminster Palace and Abbey to the Big Ben or the Buckingham Palace, London's sites are impressive and relevant. Even its river, the Thames, is nicknamed Liquid History. Its iconic bridges are like pins on a road map, placed to mark castles and palaces. All along this London lifeline, one can visit amazing spots such as the Shakespeare Globe Theatre or the Tower of London, as well as many of the city's most recent and modern landmarks. Enjoying London's markets, pop culture, as well as its upscale avant-garde gastronomy, right after an indulgent escapade at Harrods or Selfridges are also a must. The Natural History Museum, Victoria and Albert, the British, the National Gallery, and the Tate Modern are only 5 of the most incredible art, history, and science museums London offers to visitors entirely free of charge. Number 16, Bavaria. The largest state of Germany, Bavaria, and its capital Munich could easily be the subject of storybooks. Upholding century-old traditions from their Tracht costumes to music and games, Bavarians are known for drinking the highest quality of beers by the liter. As you adventure out of Munich into the rural areas, you will be mesmerized by the beauty of its perfectly groomed villages and superb natural sights. Among Germany's most eminent features are its castles. You can follow romantic roads to admire them one after the other, perched atop hills or grazing islands on mountain lakes, from medieval fortresses to royal palaces. The most stunning Bavarian castles are the ones built by King Ludwig II, Neuschwanstein, Linderhof, and Herrenchiemsee. A devoted patron of the composer Richard Wagner, Ludwig built these extravagant architectural marvels with its own funds, leaving behind a remarkable legacy and some of Germany's most visited tourist attractions of today. Number 15, Venice. The most beautiful city in the world, the city of canals, the floating city, La Serenissima. Venice is a city of accolades and superlatives. Built on over 100 islands, along 45 kilometers of canals, Venice has remained untouched for hundreds of years. A window into Italy's medieval and Renaissance epochs, when the Venetian city-state had acquired a remarkable level of distinction and power. Close to 500 bridges allow you to cross between the islands and admire Venice's stunning architectural marvels, from the Rialto Bridge to the San Marco Piazza, Campanile and Basilica, and to the Doge's Palace, collectively awarded the distinction of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. A cradle of the Italian arts and culture, Venice was the birthplace and home of illustrious personalities, including the writers Casanova and Goldoni, the explorer Marco Polo, or the composer Vivaldi. And it continues to be a repository of priceless works of art by Italy's most famous masters, sculptors, and painters. Its many palaces and museums are definitely worth exploring before a Venetian sunset gondola ride. Number 14. Scotland. Occupying a third of the UK, Scotland is a land of myth and legends, of bewitching beauty, and a true cultural powerhouse. Its lochs, isles, castles, and mysterious natural and historical enclaves do justice to its fame. Its capital, Edinburgh, is recognized as a UNESCO City of Literature, while Glasgow was nominated a UNESCO City of Music. From Loch Ness to Harry Potter and the Highlander Jamie Fraser, you can follow into their footsteps and visit not only filming locations, but the true places where Scottish legends were born, in a land that has chosen a unicorn as its national animal symbol. The cries of bagpipe music, the traditional tartan kilts, and the wide variety of distilled whiskies will add to the ambience to create unforgettable memories. The Edinburgh Castle, the National William Wallace Monument, Loch Ness, the Isle of Skye Melt Falls, the Isle of Staffa Rock Formations, Loch Lomond, the valleys of Angus Glen, or the prehistoric structures are Kilmartin Glen, are just a few spots you can head to, while keeping an eye on festivals and unique Scottish cultural events. Number 13. Sicily. Named after its first inhabitants, the Sicels, Sicily sits at the foot of Mount Etna, currently the tallest active volcano in the world. Legends say that Zeus trapped inside it a deadly monster and the forges of Hephaestus, the god of fire. Etna is a UNESCO site, one of Sicily's 7, along with the gorgeous city of Palermo and its Arab Norman kingdom structures, the Valley of the Temples in Agrigento, the Roman Villa del Casale near the town of Piazza Armerina, the late Baroque towns of Val di Noto, and the necropolis of Pantalica in the mountains by the city of Syracuse. Sicily is also a renowned summer destination with perfect weather, picture-perfect scenery, and crystalline blue waters. Sandy beaches, lagoons, hidden strands, swimming coves, natural pools, secluded islands, and spectacular rocky coasts are all waiting to be explored, along with medieval villages, nature trails, or fancy seaside resorts. After Sicily, Sardinia is the second largest island of the Mediterranean, with gorgeous man-made as well as natural sights. Sardinia's ancient inhabitants, the Nuragic people, built over 7,000 megalithic structures called nuraghe, huge circular towers made of giant stones, with the Nuraxi di Baromini listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 12. Austria. At the core of Europe lies Austria, a land of forests, rivers and lakes, covering the Eastern Alps and a good part of the Danube's basin. Vienna, among the most charming European capital cities, is also Europe's capital of classical music. Mozart, Beethoven, Haydn, Liszt, Strauss, Schubert were just a few of its illustrious residents. Former capital of an empire, Vienna's architecture and museums are among the most impressive in the world, as it is its cuisine. Palaces, fortresses and castles dot the country, while winter wonderland towns and villages make for picture-perfect holiday postcards from Salzburg to Wachau to Innsbruck to Hallstatt. Cable cars, salt mines, ice caves, river cruises, wine tastings and many other travelers' delights are the perfect complement to a must-do tour of the most famous Viennese coffee houses. Austrian natural sights are truly awe-inspiring. The country is an ideal place for winter sports, and the superb Austrian rail system will take you to the most remote and spectacular hidden gems, with mountains covered in deep snow. White meadows and glistening forests create the perfect backdrop for skiing downhill or cross-country through sugar-powdered villages, while joining in the local holiday traditions. Number 11. Portugal. A country of adventurers and storytellers, Portugal's history is rich and mighty, as are its gorgeous cities, its traditions, and its natural beauty. While the Portuguese have some of the world's oldest universities and bookstores, or explorers such as Magellan circumventing the world, they are also big advocates of renewable energy. 17 UNESCO sites can be found in Portugal. Among these are the historic centres of cities and towns, such as Angra, Évora, Sintra, Guimarães, Elvas and Oporto, as well as significant architectural and historic monuments of its metro areas. The country's most charming tourist destinations are thus beautiful localities, from Porto to Lisbon and beyond, as are the wine regions producing the delicious and world-renowned port wines. Along Portugal's coasts in the Algarve region, seaside villages, rock formations, pristine beaches, and water sports enclaves await, while the stunning Azores and Madeira Islands in the Atlantic will be the crowning glory of your visit. In addition, Portugal continues to be one of the most breathtaking but fairly affordable tourist destinations in Europe. Number 10. Romanian Carpathians. Embracing the plateau of Transylvania, the Romanian Carpathians draw a sharp semicircle arch as they curve through this country to form one of the most idyllic mountain ranges known to man. They carry romantic names and hide in between their folds some of Romania's most fairy tale-like villages. Romania's melodramatic history transpires at each step. Folk tales, myths and legends go down well over hearty banquets of rustic home-cooked meals, while the forest seems to constantly cry out for lost loves and vanishing stars, accompanied by the forlorn sounds of pan flutes. When the sun shines, though, the most vibrant green forests meet the deep blue skies of this picturesque land, with enchanted meadows and rushing crystalline rivers, while snowfall turns it into a winter wonderland. The UNESCO distinguished town of Sighișoara, the charming mountain resorts of Sinaia and Brașov are just a few names to remember in between your quest for fictional vampire castles. Number 9. Malta. Located in the Mediterranean, closer to Africa than to Europe, the sunny island nation of Malta has played a major role in the history of many civilizations, from the Phoenicians and the Romans, all the way to the Crusaders, the French and the British, just to name a few. Its UNESCO listing recognizes Malta's contribution starting from prehistoric times. Its stunning capital city of Valletta is acknowledged as a historic, architectural and cultural gem, along with the mysterious Hypogeum and Malta's awe-inspiring megalithic temples. Each stroll through Malta is a walk through centuries, even millenniums of history. Its museums and sites, many linked to the Knights of St. John, are worth exploring, as are the many archaeological sites, towers and forts of this so-called Fortress Island. The destination is favored by many top European football clubs as a summer retreat. Cave and wreck diving, sailing, golfing or bicycling are all activities backed by Malta's perfect year-round climate, as is their charming outdoor dining scene and many fiestas and festivals. Number 8. Poland. Having the best of both, mountains and beaches, Poland covers a naturally blessed land of green mountains and river valleys, as well as sandy shores along the Baltic Sea, all sprinkled with charming towns and rural villages. Warsaw is its capital city, a major cultural hub with a tumultuous historic past. Its contemporary downtown skyscraper district is joined by a royal castle and a royal palace, as well as by many museums and sites dedicated to illustrious former residents, from Chopin to Copernicus and Marie Curie. Poland's former capital is the UNESCO-listed enchanting city of legends, Krakow, which is also the most visited city in the country for its iconic landmarks. All around, Poland's many mountain ranges are divine. The Tatra mountain range is the oldest, while the Carpathians form the border to the south and are home to Poland's UNESCO-listed nature site of primeval beech forests. Much farther up north, Gdansk is a major port and an old center for amber trade. The Baltic Sea, all across the northern side of Poland, is home to many pristine beach resorts. Be it for water sports or for resting and rejuvenating at a health spa, these best-kept secrets of the north are truly worth exploring in every season. Number 7. Spain. Here is a country that will require repeated visits to cover it all in depth. Maybe focusing on a culinary trip for your first time can open the doors to this incredibly fortunate place on Earth and whet your appetite for further exploration. Olive groves, vineyards, almond trees, figs and peaches will greet you in spring as you navigate around the Iberian Peninsula sipping cavas and sangrias. After you delight on Gaudi's works of art in Barcelona, consider visiting Valencia, Zaragoza or Bilbao in the north and east before you head to Sevilla, Malaga, Córdoba and Granada in the south. and later end up in Madrid in the center of the country. Follow the trail of annual Spanish fiestas and try their local dishes, or maybe adventure to the Canary Islands in the Atlantic or to the Balearic Islands in the Mediterranean. Along with 40 UNESCO sites, Spain has an impressive number of natural biospheres, has the perfect weather for year-round adventures, has an exhaustive collection of incredible museums, palaces and works of art, stunning historic monuments, unrivaled gastronomy, and a rich cultural life. Number 6. Santorini. Greece is home to an incredible large number of stunning islands, all magnificent vacationing spots, with an idyllic settings, with amazing beaches and incredible weather. The gorgeous destination of Santorini is the most postcard perfect one, as it is perched on a higher elevation around a volcanic caldera. The history of the island is heavily marked by volcanic eruptions. The archaeological discoveries at Akrotiri revealed an impressive ancient city with an unusual level of progress, upscale urban design, art akin to the modern, tempting many to compare it to the elusive Atlantis. With volcanic beaches all around and a frighteningly deep caldera in the center, Santorini is a true haven for divers looking for volcanic tubes, wall drops and caves. The traditional architecture seen in Santorini consists of cubical, whitewashed homes. The blue roofs and domes pick up the blues of the seas. The ambience of Santorini is one of its most superb attributes. Number 5. Switzerland. The land of snow-covered mountains, delicious chocolate and impeccably precise watches, Switzerland has a lot to offer its visitors. Europe's most majestic landscapes, its tallest mountain peaks, stunning lakes and waterfalls, and picturesque valleys nested in between green rolling hills and pastures are Switzerland's best suited attributes. Summers in Switzerland's countryside are akin to a Heidi or a Sound of Music experience, all possible upon a short train ride from any of its major cities, Zurich, Bern, Lucerne, Geneva or Basel, just to name a few. Lake Geneva, the Rhine Falls, Lake Lugano and Ticino, the Alpine Region Swiss National Park, or the Renata Swiss Grand Canyon are just a few sites that will take your breath away. The Jungfraujoch, or the so-called Top of Europe, is the location of the Great Aletsch Glacier, a UNESCO site, and can be reached from Lauterbrunnen in every season. The picturesque city of Interlaken rests between two lakes, is both a summer and a winter travel destination as well. Winter sports aficionados can also head to the popular Grindelwald ski resort town to enjoy the slopes, to Zermatt to gasp in awe at the four-sided Matterhorn peak, or to St. Moritz to delight in all the luxuries this twice Olympic host ski resort town has to offer. Number 4. Istanbul. Sitting on two continents, Europe and Asia, Istanbul is currently the largest city in Europe, with over 15 million people. In addition, the city is home to over 3,000 mosques. The sites on both sides of the Bosphorus are stunning, filled with domes, minarets, palaces and historic monuments. Istanbul has a high standard of living, but has remained fairly affordable for visitors. Its historic area is collectively listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Several mosques hold a special significance in Istanbul's history, with the architectural marvel of Hagia Sophia being the oldest, while the Blue Mosque right next to it being one of the most artistic. The Galata Tower, the Topkapi Palace and Museum, the Basilica Cistern, and the Dolmabahce Palace are important historic sites worthy exploring. Most of Istanbul's traffic happens on the water, and cruising is part of the locals' daily routine. Other local traditions and habits you need to try more than once are shopping in the enormous Grand Bazaar and trying all the delicious local foods. Number 3. Iceland. Located near the Arctic, Iceland, nicknamed the Land of Fire and Ice, never fails to make the list of the top most beautiful countries in the world, for its unbelievable geography and uniqueness. The land upon which the nation is built marks the highest peak of the underwater chain of mountains called the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. A place where tectonic plates keep colliding, the ridge, with its highs and lows, makes Iceland's ground tremble, erupt, spew geothermal gases, create the most stunning rock formations and waterfalls, while it keeps the local population on daily alert and tourists flocking to see it all unfold. Although you can cross the capital Reykjavik in 45 minutes on foot, it can take a lifetime to explore the rest of the country. With a highly developed tourist infrastructure, Iceland makes it easy for visitors to join tours or explore the land on their own, to discover mighty glaciers, volcanoes, geysers, hot springs, national parks, black sand beaches, gorgeous cascades, and the Northern Lights, among many other incredible natural wonders. Number 2. France. Ranked among the most visited countries in the world, France needs years of exploration. Most visits start in Paris, the most romantic, poetic, artistic and fashionable capital in the world, a gourmet mecca with more unique and iconic sights you can imagine, of which the Eiffel Tower is just a small sample. Add the Louvre, the Versailles, the Notre Dame, and a walk through the Champs-Élysées, and you've barely scratched the surface. Going off the beaten track is as rewarding. France's rural areas, the places from where all the good produce and specialty foods come, are worth exploring. Honey, herbs and lavender scents literally linger in the air around Avignon, while its unmistakably French seaside towns and villages strung around its coasts, from the Côte d'Azur to Calais and to La Rochelle, complete the sensorial menu. France is home to over 45 UNESCO historic sites, as well as several natural wonders, including the wine regions of Champagne and Burgundy, and the Mediterranean agro-pastoral cultural landscapes of Occitania. The northern coast of Normandy and Bretagne, by comparison, is strikingly rugged, with uniquely beautiful rock formations, such as Etretat's chalk cliffs rising menacingly high above the sea. From the castles of Alsace and Lorraine to the alpine peak of Mont Blanc, from the Loire Valley to the top of the Eiffel Tower, France is a treasure trove of wonders. Number 1. Croatia. On the coast of the Adriatic Sea lies Croatia, one of Europe's best-kept secrets, with stunning sights, beach resorts, and one of the richest biodiversity on the continent. From Mediterranean to Alpine, Croatia is home to many different habitats, all drawing particularly beautiful natural landscapes. About 7,000 caves, wetlands, grasslands, various forest kinds, and marine habitats led to several UNESCO bioreserves listings, including the stunning Plitvice National Park. From ancient ruins to medieval fortresses and castles, from small island villages to fortified towns, Croatia owns beautiful localities, stretching along the seashores of the mainland, peninsulas and islands, or dotting the interior of the country, with charming layouts and welcoming atmosphere. The cultural richness of Croatia is reflected in its staggering number of UNESCO listings, including 10 World Heritage Sites and 15 listings of intangible cultural masterpieces. Arts and culture happenings, a delicious cuisine and excellent wines, and world-class sporting events add to the excitement of Croatia's most important cities, from Zagreb and Split all the way to the southernmost picturesque Dubrovnik. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't smash any buttons, just gently like and subscribe for more. The world is vast and it's all yours. Next time you might also want to fall in love with this next destination over there. Thank you.